So, just a couple things off the top of my head. 285,000 firms have they use Delaware as a tax loophole, and both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, since they both are part of the 1% that govern these United States, like, you can't get more establishment than that, right? Donald Trump is the billionaire that all these politicians have been kissing, they've been kissing his ass. And he's right. He's absolutely right about it. So, that's fantastic. 285,000 firms in Delaware. Delaware's so insignificant. It's got less delegates than Rhode Island. So tomorrow, today is April 25th, 2016, about 1 p.m. Tomorrow you're going to have, another Super Tuesday. 5 states in the Northeast. Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maryland, Delaware. And Connecticut, Delaware, which is actually the Lenape, right? It's an exonym. It's a racist name for the Lenape people. And so they're not even, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It looks like Lenape or Lenape. Lenape. Then Lenni, L-E-N-N-I, L-E-N-A-P-E. Lenape. The Lenape. And so the Lenape people is what they call themselves, but the genociders call them Delaware. So of course today we honor the genociders. The state of Delaware is the first state. So for some reason they claim that they're the first state. They're the first one to ratify the Constitution of the U.S. Not the Articles of Confederation, not to secede from the Union or to fight Great Britain in independence. But Delaware, the Lenape was in Delaware in the north, Nanticoke in the south, and it was originally colonized by Dutch traders. It's close to the Germans. And in fact, I heard that, England is the honky motherland. If that's true, then Germany would be the grandmotherland, because Anglo-Saxons came from Germany. Saxons is a Germanic tribe. And so, therefore, the motherland would be, England, or the British Isles, or Ireland and England, / Scotland / Northern Ireland / Wales. How did Wales get in there? But, Illuminati shit. It's German. So Germans, fucking British, who knows? Who knows where we actually, white people came from? I mean, Africa, right? We all came from Africa. And then we hid in the caves. There was that experiment with that mad scientist. Malcolm X explained it. The mad scientist said, no, I'm going to fuck up the strongest race, and made all these weak-ass albinos. And just kept crossbreeding just to make the absolute weakest kind of human. And then he succeeded, and then he got banished. They was like, well, why are you doing this? And he was like, oh, I'm a dick. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're actually mutants. We're actually bred mutants. One of our genes mutated, and then they just try to breed that mutated gene along. And I don't think we're like mutants. What's that fucking X-Men? We're not like the X-Men. We're not that mutant-ish. So, now that we got that out of the way, Thomas West, 3rd Baron Delaware, and then Delaware became Delaware. Thomas West was the first colonial governor and English nobleman. First, Virginia's first colonial governor. Alright. So anyways, the first state, the small wonder, the blue hen state, the diamond state, that's Delaware, right? The fucking diamond state. I don't think diamond went, well, maybe, I don't know. All them Fortune 500 countries with the HQs, I don't know. To get the corporation to incorporate there is good, and then all the wealth has to go through Delaware. But you have to, like, cut all the taxes, right? So Delaware has, like, no fucking tax structure. And they probably have no health care, education. It's all their services are going, you know, down down the tubes. But hey, you know, as long as the corporations are happy. Isn't that the first state? The small wonder. Alright, oh, the small wonder. Oh, that sounds like underdogish. The blue hen state. Blue hen. I mean, did you blue hen? Did you blue the hen? Did you blue hen? Did you blue hen? And no, I mean, like suck a cock's cock, right? The blue hen joke that I'm making right now. And Kentucky actually gives chicken fuckers a bad name. Just throwing that out there. So, the Diamond State. Fucking it's Delaware. Delaware. Let's see. Let's just go into television, media. So they have local news stations. Alright. That was the only chance I gave you, Delaware. Delaware seems like a shitty fucking place to live. The fucking Diamond State, yeah, right. The fucking, you know, millionaires place. That's where the 1%. Delaware's the tax haven for the 1%. The 1% fucking love Delaware. And they have less delegates than Rhode Island. Rhode Island is more significant to the Democrats than, you know, Delaware. I mean, I just forgot the fucking state. Delaware, they named the Indians after the other fucking guy. No, Delaware, I hold you responsible for all those Indians that I named. I'm going to go back to it because I have forgot it. But in the meantime, we're going to learn something about ourselves, America. We're going to learn something today. So, let's see. Lenape. So, Connecticut is the southernmost state in the region of the United States known as New England. So all these fucking New England states. Massachusetts. What the fuck is Pennsylvania? That's the biggest one. That's the crowning jewel, right? 189 delegates versus Maryland's 95 versus Connecticut's 55 and Rhode Island's 24 and Delaware's 21. So Pennsylvania. That's named after old William Penn. Old Ballpoint, Mr. Ballpoint Penn. He was a great man, you know. He was the 5 most populous cities in Pennsylvania: Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Allentown, Erie, and Reading. Harrisburg is the state capital. So you want to go to the capital, Pennsylvania. You go. Pennsylvania is where Rand Paul's from. In Kentucky, we love the carpetbaggers. Pennsylvanians come in, we elect him senator. The other senator is from Alabama. Yeah, the bitch, he is from Alabama. So, I come from Alabama. All right, we'll elect you senator. Matt Bevin was born in Denver, raised in New England. The first fucking thing, New Hampshire, and he's the fucking governor. So it's like, you're not from around here, are you? No, I'm not. Well, you want to be senator? You want to be our governor? Which senator? The junior or senior? It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? You're from the outside. You got money backing you. Fuck everybody else. You're the man. You're the man. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought in the south central region of the state. Gettysburg, the Gettysburg Address, 77 years ago. Our forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, dedicated to the proposition that all men were created equal. And everybody died, and it sucks because we're trying to do something good, but people are dying, and it's like, oh man, they're going to blame me. So it was originally founded in 1681 as a result of a royal land grant to William Penn, the son of the state's namesake. What? The son. So who's the state's namesake if it's not William Penn? Who the fuck is William Penn named after? Or Pennsylvania, if it's not William Penn? This is tripping me out a little bit. I might have to get back to that. But what is Pennsylvania known as? What's its fucking nickname? The Keystone State? I don't even know. The Keystone Pipeline? What the fuck is a Keystone? Like the fucking beer? Is it an otter? Keystone. I got 2 things to fucking understand about Pennsylvania. The fuck is a keystone? Keystone species, Keystone State, Keystone Fellowship Church. It's a church. And then the Quaker state. The Quakers, they're fucking, like, peaceful. I like the Quakers. Are they Christian? Quakers are some fucking intense Christians. I think they stopped slavery. They're non-violent, fucking badass motherfuckers. Keystone Resort, Colorado. Come on. Come on. Keystone architecture. The keystone is the wedge-shaped stone piece at the apex of a masonry arc. The generally round one at the apex of a vault. The keystone. Oh, the stone that holds the arc together. It's the fucking keystone. It's the main fucking stone. Okay. We all learned something. Keystone. Unless it's the fucking species or something. Or the lodging in Colorado. So the keystone. The main fucking stone that holds the arc together. The main fucking, thread that binds America. And that's who Pennsylvania is. The Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. I know that Cleveland and Bengals are like Ohio. It has a Pennsylvania sort of rivalry. And Michigan. Fuck, Ohio just don't get... And Kentucky. They just don't get along with anybody. Ohio's just says they're the fucking shit. And they're just what? They ain't nothing but Mississippi of the North. Fucking Ohio. There's more Confederate flags in goddamn Ohio than there is, in Arizona. And why is there Confederate flags in any state that did not participate in the Confederate side of the war? You're saying you hate America, you want to secede out of this country, you don't like it here, or you're just a racist piece of shit. Oh, okay, you fucking Ohio Confederate flag waving motherfucker, you're a racist piece of shit. And fuck you, and fuck your mother, and fuck your entire family. And you know what? Can't stand if there was a person or a scapegoat that I wouldn't mind scapegoating the shit out of, it would be you Confederate trading treasonous fucking pieces of shit. I like America. I like the United States. I like what Lincoln did. I'm glad he freed the fucking slaves. He did something, he did what was right, and maybe it wasn't his main fucking thing, but eventually it became a war measure, and good for him, good for Abraham, the Kentucky's son. It's one of the, greatest Kentuckians to ever have lived. Born in Kentucky, he was 8, that's his most formative years, the first 8 years, and that was Abraham Lincoln, and because of the laws, the land titles and shit, his dad couldn't even hold on to his land because it's a Henry Clay fucking plantation aristocratic fucking type of structure, and that's bullshit. Quakers are members of a group of religious Christian movements which is known as the Religious Society of Friends in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, parts of North America. So yeah, Quakers are just really good Christians. So, the Quaker state, lots of fucking Quakers. Goddamn Quaker, Quaker. I don't know. If you want fracking, Hillary Clinton is in favor of fracking. You will have much earthquakes. And you'll have, the people who get all quaked up. They're Quakers. Fracking companies are earthquakers. And that's not a good thing. To be an earthquaker, what do you do? Oh, I start earthquakes. Okay. We don't want any... You're a Quaker or an earthquaker? These are two totally different kinds of people. So, the state of Maryland, the land of Mary, nicknamed the Old Line State. The Old Line. What's that mean? It was the line, I drew a line on a piece of paper over there. But it was a while ago, so it's an old line that I drew. The Free State. Hey, we're Free State. Are we? Like, why would you have to tell us that? It seems like we would just know that. Like, why would you? Are we a free state? Little America. Little America. It's Maryland. You're named after a goddamned European English monarch, a British fucking monarch. We overthrew the monarch, but you still maintain their fucking legacy. Who the fuck is Henrietta fucking Mariana? Who the fuck is this Henrietta Marie of France? You're named after a French fucking imperialist. Queen Anne's War? No, that's not Mary. But Anne was her daughter, so, don't act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then Annapolis, right? What? Anne is just the fucking greatest person in the world. Mary, wonderful. Good old Mary. Good old Anna. Annapolis, a whole city named after Anna. And which Anna was it? Was that also another fucking aristocrat? A fucking royal fucking European? It's like, Right, fight revolution against monarchy, aristocracy, but we're going to name ourselves after them. Why? Just because we're, we was against the French... Alexander Hamilton was against the French Revolution. Alexander Hamilton could kiss my ass. Fuck Alexander Hamilton. And they was going to take his face off the bill. Now you have that fucking thing, and the guy's all about Puerto Rico. No, fuck. What would Alexander Hamilton have said about Puerto Rico? He probably have been like, oh, conquer them and, fuck them up and shit. Don't ever make a mistake. Just be a territory which we could rob the raw resources. Strip them. They're the 7th state to the U.S. Constitution. They were the 7th one to ratify. Maryland was. America in miniature, Little America, Old Line State, Free State. Okay, the only one that sticks is Old Line State. The Old Line State. Here's its mottos. Fatty, Meshi, Parole, Femin. Femin. Manly deeds, womanly words. Their motto is Latin, first of all. I bet no person in Maryland knows, oh yeah, fatty, machi, parole, femine, I don't know, fucking Latin. But, manly deeds, feminine words. Punch somebody and then be like, oh, darling, oh my God, I didn't see you there, I'm so sorry. Punch him, beat him up. Tell him, hey, don't look at my woman. But you can't, no. Don't look at her, okay? I didn't want you to look at, and then you were. And I was like, oh my God, don't look at her. Manly deeds, womanly words. It's named after a woman. And a fucking, a queen, a fucking monarch. 1600, Queen Henrietta Maria. Queen Henrietta, the wife of King Charles. I don't know that. Fucking King, King Charles. It's his wife, okay? The first, Charles I, his fucking wife, So Henrietta Maria of France, and then she wants to rule over England, Scotland, and Ireland. She's more of a queen consort. Not a queen, but a queen she's just married into the family, she ain't nobody. She ain't nothing. So... well, she was the youngest daughter of Henry IV of France and his second wife, Marie de Medici. She's a fucking Medici. The Medicis are the ones that kicked Machiavelli's ass and tortured the shit out of him, and then he wrote to the Medici saying, hey, why don't you just be an amoral fucking power, grabber, which is supposedly the founding of political science. Who gives a shit about the morality of the thing? It's about power and accepting and taking and keeping power. That's the study of political science. So she was born November 25th, 1609. So 16 fucking hundreds, the 17th century. Oh, the 17th century. What a fucking... that was a good century. That queen, let's name a whole state after. Fuck it. Fuck it. We don't have any heroes here we can honor. Let's just name it Henrietta Land. No, you don't like Henrietta Land? Alright, what about Maryland? Alright, we'll go with Maryland. Fucking Henrietta Land. Jesus Christ. So, that's the Old Line State. The Old Line State. The Old Line State. It is what you make. Isn't it so great? The Old Line State. Rhode Island calls themselves the Ocean State. The Ocean State. The tiniest fucking little dot on the fucking map. No, we're not tiny. We're an ocean. We're an ocean state. Like you're as big as an ocean. Like you're like the Pacific. Like you're fucking huge. Be Pacific. If you're going to talk to me, be Pacific. I'll tell you how Pacific I am. I'll be so Pacific, I'll blow your fucking mind. Is it I'm crazy or am I so sane I just blow your fucking mind? Huh? Which one? So, the Ocean State. Rhode Island. Oh, it's because you're by an ocean. So, that's Massachusetts, North, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. That's a lot of fucking states, actually. The Ocean State. You're not the Ocean State. You're one of many ocean states. I mean, if anything, Hawaii would be the Ocean State. They're literally in the middle of the fucking ocean. Hawaii is the ocean state. Rhode Island, you're just like I don't know, what are you, fucking Delaware's cousin or something? Like, I don't even know where you're at exactly. I just know you're like a little dot up there. Oh, I see. You're underneath Massachusetts there. Why are you hiding? Yeah, little Rhode Island's like, oh, I'm gonna hide under Massachusetts. I'm scared. I'm scared. Who you scared of? Connecticut. Connecticut, huh? Yeah. Rhode Island, you scared of big... Does Connecticut always fucking bully Rhode Island? Connecticut is like a bigger state. But I would think Rhode Island, being an ocean state, don't you have like more coastline? Or no, I guess Connecticut's got some coastline. God, you barely have any ocean even touching you. The more I look at Rhode Island, the more I am not impressed. I'm not impressed, Rhode Island, you know. If, logically speaking, utilitarian, if you had to wipe out one state, it seems like it would be Rhode Island, because they're the smallest state, but what about in population? Is there a state that's less populous? Second most densely, the 8th least populous. Wow, okay, alright. Okay, here's something fucked up about Rhode Island. Officially, it's called the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantation, where all the slaves can come in, where the slave trade was big and strong. Providence Plantations, come right in. If you're Native American or black, we'll probably enslave you. Providence Plantations, welcome to Rhode Island. Racist to the fucking core. Yes, the transatlantic slave trade, Amistad, where they're chaining all the black people up and just threw them in the ocean, and they just toppled into the ocean. The slavery, the most horrendous, the whippings, the beatings, the rapes, the breeding of retarded, you know, just strong, just the breeding humans like they're animals. Rhode Island, come to Rhode Island, state of Rhode Island, and Providence Plantations. Come one, come all, Providence Plantations. They're the 8th least populous, and so I want to see actually who is, there's some that's less populous than motherfucking Rhode Island. Montana. There is less people in Montana than Rhode Island. There's less people in fucking Delaware. Delaware, you're even more insignificant. The more and more I read about you, Delaware, fuck you. Yeah, I read that you're going to vote for fucking Hillary a month ago. You're like the super delegates. You're like, wait a second, Hillary, I know her. I kind of like her. She's alright. Bernie, I've never heard of him. Who is he? No, I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm gonna cling on to Hillary until Bernie forces me. D.C., of course, Alaska, North and South Dakota, Vermont, Wyoming, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa. Excuse me. Ugh. I had a sore throat for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I had to quit vaping. I can only do Cloud Max. Cloud Max was the only thing I could vape because it was smooth. I had to throw all that other harsh shit out. But yeah, Rhode Island, even though it's the smallest state in terms of population, Northern Mariana Islands, American Samoa, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, Wyoming, Vermont, D.C., Alaska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Delaware, Montana. So there's 12 states and or territories which have a lower population. So logically, no, I guess you shouldn't wipe out Rhode Island. These are all territories. Logically, if you had to pick one, I mean, the Northern Mariana Islands, clearly, right? I mean, why? I don't understand. And they went fucking for Hillary, so fuck them, you know? Fuck the Northern Mariana Islands. They are like, they're below the Mason-Dixon line. I think they're the furthest south of all the American territories. And, yeah, what the fuck? Northern Mariana, okay, and so then the American Samoa, then U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. So actually these little tiny territories that's within our domain have a lot less. But if you had to pick a state, Wyoming. Wyoming is the least populous of the 50 nifty United States. Fucking Wyoming. Nobody goes there anymore. And then Vermont, and you know, they kind of surprised me a little bit. North and South Dakota, Delaware, Montana. Montana, probably the third biggest state, has less population than Rhode Island. Montana is like a secret that nobody wants to talk about. Montana, look at all that land. Holy fuck. And no people. Only 1 million people compared to, you know, Rhode Island, who's got 1 million also, but a little bit more than the Montana. Okay, so fucking Rhode Island, an island it's an island that has a road on it. Is that what Rhode Island is? Where the fuck does that name even come from? Providence Plantations. You might want to fucking change that. That's racist as shit. Being so central to the African slave trade. Yeah, maybe that's not a good legacy you wanna that you wanna carry on. What am I hearing? Fucking birds? Man, my levelers haven't been down. I'm basically sitting on my tires right now. So, Providence Plantations, the name of the colony founded by Roger Williams in the area now known as the city of Providence. Providence sounds nice. Providence, that's like the road to perdition. Only the opposite, right? The road to Providence. It's like heaven. But Providence Plantations, it's like heaven here, where if you're white, you never have to work. You make all the people who's not white. And I know you're not really white. I mean Europeans, but I mean white. Americans. We'll go with Americans. That sounds least racist. So, explorer Giovanni de Verrazzano in 1524 noted the presence of an island near the mouth of Narragansett Bay, which he likened to the island of Rhodes, which is part of modern-day Greece. Rhode Island. That's where it fucking came from. Because this Giovanni de Verrazzano. He named a place on Rhode Island Puntum Luvianum in honor of his friend Paulo Giovio, humanist and historian, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, Rhode Island for Aquidneck was in 1637. Roger Williams, he was like, Rhode Island. He says, Aquidneck shall be henceforth called the Isle of Rhodes or Rhode Island. The name Isle of Rhodes is found in a legal document as late as 1646. Okay, god damn it. So essentially, Rhode Island came from a fucking part of Greece. Some explorer was like, hey, this looks like that one island of Rhodes in Greece. Rhode Island, fuck it. We'll name this one Rhode Island too. Well, how are we going to differentiate it? Well, this one's the one over here, and then that one's the one over there, okay? We're the Rhode Island of the West, and Greece is the Rhode Island of the East. It's not confusing. It's very simple, very easy. So old Rhode Island's under the fucking care of Massachusetts, but Massachusetts looks like just one day just gonna crush Rhode Island, just conquer them both. Connecticut, because that's how you spell Connecticut. I always say it connect, it cut, but it's actually connect, C-O-N-N-E-C-T, connect, it cut. So Connecticut. That's how it's spelled, Connecticut. I've been saying Connecticut, but I feel like the C is there. What, the C is silent? The C is a pretty fucking strong word to be silent. It's bake, but the K is silent. So bay, it's bay. Why the fuck did you put the K in it? Why was the K put in there if it's silent? Is there any place where a C or a K is fucking silent? Huh? Internet? Anybody? Anybody? Hey! Hey, lamp. I'm having fun, so fuck you. I don't care. I don't care. The ocean state. Oh, Little Rhody. Little Rhody. Is not population-wise, though. Fucking Montana's got less people. But Little Rhody, the ocean state. You're not as big as an ocean. Little Rhody, come on. Come on, Little Rhody. No, I'm really big. I'm as big as an ocean. Look, Rhody. You might have more people than Montana, but you still have... Who?